What's going on? Yeah, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome everybody to the How to Flip Cars for Profit live YouTube stream here. Um, let's give it a couple of minutes for more people to join, and we will get started. So I just want to say thanks for getting on tonight. Like I said, we're going to be doing these every Wednesday night every week. So just remember that, okay? 9 to 10 o'clock Eastern time in that area. We're going to be doing these live every single Wednesday night, okay? So you can expect me to be here. Expect to get your questions answered every Wednesday, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. All right, so just write that down. Remember it really quickly and make sure to bring your questions on the next time we come on so I can help you out move forward with this. Okay, what's up, Orlando? So we're going to give it a couple of minutes. Get some people on here. Looks like we got 5 people on here. Let me go to the actual watch page and just see how this looks on your end here. And it's going to be an excellent night. I don't want to be on here too long, okay? Probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes max, because your time is valuable, my time is valuable. I just want to get out good information, so this way you can leave tonight with an idea, with more inspiration, and with maybe even with a plan or with a goal, so you can get out and start making some money. And a lot of this, a lot of people get hung up or don't start from the very beginning because of their mindset. All right, mindset and the way you perceive, the way you think of things actually affect your actions. Okay, some of you probably already know this, but when you think about it, it's the truth. Okay, so you need to change your mindset, change your belief system that you can do this, you can do it, and it's not as hard as everybody says. Put the fear aside. Stop listening to all the fear mongering people out there with all the negative news nowadays. We're just programmed with all this negativity, right? And it's no good for us. So I want you to bring your questions. As you see, the title of tonight's little mini show here is how to turn $1,000 into $10,000 in profit in 5 simple car flips or less. Does that sound exciting? If that sounds exciting, can you type in the chat and say, yeah, that sounds exciting. Yes, Tony, I want to learn more. If you have any questions when we get started, please feel free to type them down in the chat right over here. You'll see the little chat if you're on your computer or your mobile. You'll be able to write in some questions. Like I say to every show that we do, that this is an interactive training. So the more you give me, the more I can give back. All right, the more I could reply to your questions and give back, because if you guys don't give me any questions to answer, it's hard for me to make up stuff and just because I don't know what you know. Like, I have a wealth of knowledge in here, and sometimes I just don't know where to start, right? Or I know so much, like I think things are not important, but they're really important to you, right? I take for granted sometimes of what I know to people getting in the industry. You guys get it? All right, so if you guys are liking what I'm saying so far, just click the like button. Don't forget to click the like button. And again, don't forget to come back every Wednesday night. We're going to be doing a live Q&A show like this at 9 to 10 p.m. Central every Wednesday night. All right, I'm committed. I'm committed to you. I want to be here, and I'm taking my time to do this. Okay? So let's get started today. So before we start answering questions, okay, I am going to get straight to the meat of the content, straight to the headline. The title of this live training today is how to turn $1,000 to $10,000 in profit with 5 simple car flips or less. How many of you guys want to know that? Just type in yes, I want to know, yes, I want to know, and then we will get started. This is an interactive training, guys. Don't forget, this is interactive. So the more you give me, the more I'm going to give you. If you don't participate, I'll just stop doing these. If you guys like them, I'll keep doing them. All right, because I could put out a lot of amazing information here. Okay, so let's quickly get started. All right, so a lot of people, right, think that they need a lot of money to get started flipping cars for profit. In fact, when I first started, and this was over, man, how old was I when I started? I was, well, the first car I flipped, I was 15 to 15 and a half. It was my father's 1989 Honda Accord. After that, the first car I truly flipped and made a great profit, and a lot of people think this is totally bullshit, but it's not, was I went to the auction with a friend, my dad's partner, and we went to just go look at cars. And I told him, yeah, I wanted to bid on that car. It was a 1987 or 88 Honda Accord, no, Honda Civic wagon. It was like a little boxy little wagon, old looking things, right? So literally, nobody wanted it when they were bidding, and I got it for $35. Okay, this is a local auction, insurance auto auction, 35 bucks, and I was able to, the fees and everything, after the fees, because you got to pay pull-out fees, taxes, auction fees, it came out to a less than $100. It was like 87 or 88 bucks, something like that, something ridiculous for me to win the bid, pay the fees, and get the car back to the shop. Okay, and my dad had a body shop, so I kind of grew up in this. Now, I want to make completely clear that you don't have to have a body shop. You don't have to have a complete background on mechanical know-hows and automotive painting know-hows and any of that. You don't have to know any of that, okay? Because I'm going to share with you how you can get started without knowing any of that. Okay, so I got the car. We got home. It ran excellent. No mechanical problems. All it needed was a paint job, right? And it really didn't need a paint job, but I just wanted to paint it to make it look better. And that's what I used to do to all the cars that I used to flip, was I used to paint all of them. Now I paint some of them, not all of them, right? So I said, all right, let me paint it. So I went out and I spent about 125 bucks. I got an enamel single stage system paint where you just shoot it down once. So I sanded the whole car down one day and painted it all in one day. So you could, when you're doing fast jobs like that, you could sand the whole thing down in a half a day, prep it for like 3-4 hours, and then paint it. Painting process only takes about an hour and a half. So painted the whole thing, got it done. And when I sold this is when Craigslist, I think it was right before Craigslist came out. Okay, so I had to actually physically put it in the local penny saver. So I put it in penny saver for like $17.50, and I literally sold it to the first person who looked at it. He offered me $1,600 cash. So I was in it at about 150 bucks. I made $1,500 off this flip just like that. Okay, now fast forward, 10, 15 years now, you can still get unbelievable deals. All right, you can still get $500 cars, $800 cars all day long. It's not impossible. Okay, I see deals all the time, and the issue is people tell me, Tony, I can't find deals online. I'm looking on Craigslist, I'm looking on Kijiji for you guys in Australia, I'm looking on the streets, I tell people, right, and I can't find deals. Well, one of the main problems is you don't know what the heck you're looking at in the first place, right? You're not conditioned to spot a good deal. That's why it just doesn't even go through, right? So I want to just give you the confidence right now. Absolutely, if you have $500 to $1,000 of saved up seed money, you could get started flipping cars for profit. Okay, hands down. All right. So you guys liking this so far? Quick little story intro. Hey Tony, I flipped 14 cars since taking your advice. Thanks, give me a shout out. That's awesome. Lucky on here flipped 14 cars since taking my advice. Lucky, did you ever invest in my VIP program, by the way? Because if you haven't, you're a fool, because you probably would have sold 30 cars. But it's your choice. I'm sure, I mean, if you flip 14 cars and you invest in my VIP, I'm telling you, you're going to get so many more golden nuggets out of there that it will literally double your profits. Okay, awesome. Would you recommend starting with 500? Yes, if you have five, start with what you got. All right. I had a student recently. All right, 18 years old. He joined my F1 program, which is peanuts, by the way, compared to the knowledge and amount of expertise and experience knowledge that you're going to get from this course. Is he borrowed $1,000 from his stepfather, okay, invested in my VIP program, and still had enough money to buy his first truck flip, okay? He made $2,500. He paid his stepfather back the $1,000, and he had $1,500 in profit off his first deal. So, I mean, if you're telling me that's not a success story, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So that's how you can literally get started with other people's money, even if you have zero. Okay? So here's the game plan. If for all of you guys out there starting with $500 to $1,000 in seed money, you're totally brand new and you want to flip cars for profit. I just love this cup. I got this cup in Mexico, and it's just the texture on it's so cool. All right, what you want to do is, all right, just because you have $1,000 doesn't mean that when you're searching for deals that you have to look for cars that are listed for $1,000 and below. All right, because there's no negotiating in there, right? You have to look at cars for around $2,000 price range, what they're asking, okay? And sometimes people don't even know what the heck they got, and they're overpricing their cars like crazy, right? Which they're not going to sell. You're going to see them gradually go down when you're checking the listings every day. But just because you have 1,000 doesn't mean you have to fish for deals under 1,000, okay? You could absolutely look at $1,500 cars, $1,800. I would say within the $2,000 price range, right? I wouldn't fish for deals under 1,000. I would ideally look at $1,000 to $1,700 price range, because you could always get in there, negotiate, and get a $1,700 listed car for $1,000, right? Or a $1,500 car for $800 or $900. This is not unheard of. Guys, this is the business, okay? So that's what I would do. Number one, look at that price range. If you have $2,000, look at $3,000 cars, $3,500 cars. Okay, you always want to go up. You know, what's the percentage on that? So if you're looking at $1,000 cars, you want to look at 15. So you want to look at least 50% to 75, 50% comfortably more. So 2,000, 50% more of that would basically be 3,000, right? 100% would be 4,000. So if you're starting with $500, absolutely, I would start looking around at cars being listed at $1,200, $900 to $1,200, because you could always negotiate. I'm not saying you're not going to, you could even find a deal lower than that. But what I'm saying is expand your reach, okay, with the value of the pricing. Okay, so just because you have 500, don't eliminate, totally cross out and be blindfolded on $800 or $900 cars, because those are potential deals that you can find, negotiate down, and say your budget was 500, but it's such a good deal, you're able to get $1,000 car for 600. I'm sure you'd be able to scrounge up $100 if you had to. Come on, who the hell can't fish up an extra $100 to $300 nowadays, right? You got friends, you got family. Get the $100 or $200 or $300. Cash out on a credit card. Get the extra couple of $100. It's not a lot of money. Then get the deal. Okay. Now here's the thing. Just like real estate, you make money on the buy, not on the sell. So when you know you're getting a deal and you buy and you get a good deal, right? you're making money. Okay? So that's what you want to do. So secure your deal, whatever budget you're at. I think if you have $2,500 and you're in that range, you could do a lot of damage. I mean, you could $2,500 is a great starting point cash wise to get into the game. $1,000 or less, you could absolutely do it. All right, 25 just gives you more options. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so you go out with your $1,000, you look at a $1,200 car, you negotiate it down, you make a deal on 800. Okay, I don't know what kind of car it is. Maybe it's let's just make up a car. Maybe it's a '98 Toyota Camry, 150,000 miles, runs great. Maybe all it needs is the front bumper painted. Okay, maybe the front bumper was all faded, looked ugly, and maybe that's all it needed. So you invest $200. You go to your local body shop, Korean shop or the Filipino shop, whatever's cheap. Tell them, hey, I just want to get this bumper painted. Just paint it up, make it look good for me, right? They charge you $300 to get it done. So 800, you're in at 900, you're in at $1,100, okay, with the paint and all that. Now when it comes down to the title registration, I don't want to give you too much legal advice on that. You get a lot of guys in the industry, they float the title. They just buy the car, right? It's signed off to them. They sell it. They just give the title, right? You can do it legally, get it registered to your name, and then resell it. In some states like Hawaii and California, you can get the title the same day. Other places like New York, Texas, could take you 2 weeks to get the title. All right? But that's business, right? Who cares if you got to wait for 2 weeks if you're going to make $1,000 profit, right? It's just you're not doing any extra work, right? You could be fishing for more deals. But if you had to wait, you wait, okay? Everything takes time when you're starting out in the beginning. Okay, so you're 1,100. You write a good ad. You list it out for 2,100 OBO, okay, because the car is absolutely worth it. You get an offer, you sell it for $2,000. So now you turned your $1,100 investment to $2,000. That's $900 profit. All right. No, you don't need a dealer's license. That's totally BS. Anyway, you could stay in the private party market without a dealer's license. There are ways around it. If you want to go big, get a dealer's license. But it's just for all the people out there, you think all these guys are going to go bothering getting a dealer's license? Hell no. So now you have $2,000 to work with. Okay? With that $2,000, you can go out and look for a car that's listed at $3,000 to $3,500. Okay? Just see what's out there. Okay? And what I usually like to do on the phone is try to negotiate, but not too much. Okay? So you negotiate on the phone. Say they're asking 35, and you say, hey, listen, I'm really interested in a car. What's your bottom line? I have cash. I'm not playing around here. What's your bottom line? So from 35, they might say, look, you give me, 3,200, it's yours. So you're already down. You're already down $300. Okay, the guy's negotiable. That's a good sign. But if you're serious, you want to make a deal, I would go take a look at the car as soon as possible. And that's another big thing, is to actually go to the location where the car is as soon as possible if you want to get a deal with cash in your hand. All right, because somebody's going to beat you to it. That's the number one thing too. Get there with cash in hand, ready to negotiate. All right, so you go and you negotiate. He's down to 33 already, and you look at the car, and when you're looking at the car, what you want to do is, okay, you want to start pointing out all the negatives. Never show your cards. It's just like playing poker, right? You gotta bluff sometimes, right? Even if you're looking at a deal and you're like, oh man, this freaking car is sweet. The car is super sweet. And you can't show that you're excited. You don't be like, oh man, this car is awesome, man. This car is amazing. You don't want to say that. You want to point out all the bad. Even if it's a good car, you want to say, oh, well, the paint here is a little scuffed up. I'm gonna have to go and get that fixed. My girlfriend's not gonna like that, or my wife's not gonna like that. You make up these stories and you just point out all the bad, and that gives you negotiating power, right? You do it to a couple of things. Oh, the windshield is cracked. Even if it's really not a big deal, you make a big deal out of it. All right? So that's what you want to do. Is everybody liking this so far? Or how's everybody liking this? Give me a thumbs up or say, yeah, you're listening, you're liking it. Just type in the chat really quickly because we're on 20 minutes and I don't want to be on here too long. Let me know what's going on. Okay. So that's what you do, right? So you get the deal, say you get it for $2,800 or whatever. You get it, you spruce it up. The car is valued at $4,500. Okay, the car is valued at $4,500. You spruce it up, you do a little this, you do a little that, you list it back up for $4,500. No, $4,750 or best offer, a little higher, and then you sell it for like whatever, 43. Then you make another $1,000 to $1,500 profit on that. So that's what you do. And once you get to the $5,000 level, once you have $5,000 to work with, then what you do is you buy 2 cars. That's what I like to do. I like to have $2,500 invested in 2 cars that are both valued at about $4,500. Okay, and then when you sell those, you got $9,000. So that's how you do it. You can do it this is how you do it. All right, but you need to take action. You need to get in the game. And you need to start freaking getting on the computer, finding deals, going on the street, and being proactive and looking for deals. I mean, you're not going to find a deal if you're not looking, right? I mean, if you put an extra 3 to 5 hours a week in doing this by searching for deals, maybe an hour a day on the computer, right? That's 5 hours a week, a 5-day week, not 7 days. Do 7 days if you want, right? And you find a deal. I mean, dude, it's freaking easy. I can go out and find a deal within the next couple of days. And remember, some days you're not going to find a deal. You're going to find a week where it's like, shit, there's nothing on here. But then if you keep being persistent at it, that's where people screw up, is they do it for like 5 days or 7 days. Oh, there's no deal. There have been times where I've been fishing for 2 weeks, no good deal. And then boom, deal come up. Boom, deal come up. You got to be the first one there, first one to offer, and first one to snatch it. That's how it works. And that's how you make the money. You got to be proactive. You want to make money doing this? Put in the time and put in the work. That's it. All right, let's get into some Q&A. So that's how you basically double down, turn 1,000 to 10,000 over and over again. And once you have $10,000 in profit, you're in a totally different ball game. Now you could be fishing at $4,500 car, $4,500, $5,500 cars, selling them for $8,000-9,000. You'd be making $3,000 profit per car flip. How many of you in here would like to make $2,000 to $3,000 profit per car flip that you do? All right, people do it every single day. All right, so we're gonna do seven minutes or so of Q&A, and then we are out. Okay, hope you guys are liking this so far. Click the like button, share it with your friends. Okay, this is cool stuff, and I will see you guys next week again at the same time. If you're interested in learning more, if this is your first time, I want to do a quick survey. I want to do a quick survey with you guys quickly. Don't forget to go here and get your free How to Buy and Sell Cars for Profit Flippers book. And how many of you guys on here would like a cheat sheet? I have a little PDF cheat sheet of my $1,000 to $10,000 profit game plan. How many of you guys would like that? So if you guys want a free copy, a free download of that, go to that URL, okay, and download that book. In that book, I have something called the $1,000 to $10,000 game plan. All right, so you go there and you download it, and it tells you everything I just talked about is in there. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's answer some questions here. I'm just gonna scroll back up quickly. We'll do 7 to 10 minutes of Q&A, and I am out for the night. Okay. Okay, let's see. What about insurance? I feel like if you keep adding and removing cars from your policy, companies start wondering what's going on. Well, Chris, I've never had a problem with it. All right. I have a few different insurance companies I have my autos with. All right. I have two insurance companies. And it's not bad. I mean, all you got to say is, hey, I'm getting a car. If they say you're selling it, I didn't like the car, something was wrong with it, I want to get rid of it. It's not a big deal. All right. And you're not going to do that to every single car anyway, because sometimes you're going to get the car signed off and you're not going to even bother getting it registered to your name and getting it insured. All right. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm saying that's what people do. So go at it that way. Let's see. Are there any cars you think we should avoid buying? Well, it all depends. There's a market for all kinds of cars out there. Me, I like to stick with Asian cars. I like Japanese cars. I like Korean cars because they're dependable and to the mass public, right? To the mass public and just people out there, Asian cars have a great reputation for being reliable. So you want to sell cars that are reliable. I don't really mess with American cars. I would say it's about 80-20 for me. I'll fly cars versus 20% American. That's how picky I am. Unless you know what you're getting, if then salvage title is good, but that's more advanced stuff. And I cover that advanced stuff in my F1 program as well. So, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, salvage cars stay away from as well. Okay, looks like we kind of lost connection a little bit here, but yeah, Toyotas are freaking number one. Nissans are great. Hondas are great. Suzuki's are great. All the Asians really sell really well in the public eye. Um, the ACG films, I have $4,000 from a summer job. Should I buy multiple cheap cars or one expensive car? Well, if you know what you're doing, I would get one expensive car. If you're brand new getting in, do a deal, learn something, because through each car that you do, you guys are going to be learning something new, right? Every car that you flip, you're going to learn something. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, the next time I negotiate, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say that, right? Let me get back in the office. My internet seems a little weird right now. But you guys get my point. So if you're brand new, you want to get started, all I got to say is, if you want to get the unfair advantage with this stuff, check out my F1 program. I take you from total newbie and I go over the most advanced negotiating strategies, ad posting strategies. I tell you what times to get on to find the best deals, because believe it or not, there are certain times to go on searching for deals where, I don't want to give out too much, where people post and that's it. I'm not going to say too much, but you can get the rest of all that info in the F1 course. Let's see. Honda Odyssey 2000 for an O2 with 180,000 miles. Too high or skip it? Well, I mean, it's a 2000. It's 16 years old, and if you average, that's about average. 180,000 miles for a 16-year-old car is pretty average. It depends how much you can get it for. I wouldn't pay 2,000 for it. You could probably really gripe on the miles and get it for like 12 to 15. Then I would get it, because you could probably easily flip it for 25 if it was in clean condition. Okay, and condition has a lot to do with the car. Okay, versus mileage. You can have a low mileage car in shitty condition. Okay, or a high mileage car in total clean condition. Which one would you rather buy? I would rather buy the clean one, well taken care of. All right, mileage really doesn't mean that much. You ask any professional car dealer out there, anybody who knows anything about cars, and they will tell you what I just said. Okay, it's the condition and maintenance of the car over miles. Okay, but if you get both, if you get a low miles car, well taken care of, it's a double plus. Okay. Tony, do you mostly buy and sell cars that need to be painted or detailed? Have you ever bought cars that just need mechanical work? I see those are the best deals in my state. Yes, well, I do everything. I do everything. I buy and sell cars that need a little bit of paint work, And the thing was, I changed the way I bought and sold cars about 10 years ago. I used to think that I had to put in a lot of work to earn my money, right? I used to think that when I bought and sold cars, I had to, paint it, or I had to fix all the mechanical things. I was looking for cars that needed too much work. You don't have to do that. That's the wrong way of thinking, right? Look for cars that don't need too much work, right? And if you get it for a deal, and if it needs the roof painted, right, then get the roof painted. If it needs a timing belt, get the timing belt done, right? And I call this the 3-part car buying rule. It's in my my manuals. If you want to go download it, and I expand upon this in the F1 course. So if you guys are interested in partnering with me and learn more about this, check out the F1 course for sure. You're going to get so much knowledge out of it. Okay, so we're close to 30 minutes now. Yes, it's a free download. I think this is the link right here. And if you reply to that email, you're going to have direct contact with me. All right, so you download it, check your email. You're going to get the download link. And if you reply to that, that's just me, Tony at howtobuyandsellyyourcars.com. You reply to that, you can talk directly with me. You can work directly with me, and I can show you how to get started if you're a total brand newbie, or if you're advanced, you want to learn more tactics. Show you how we can work together. All right, it's a free download. So just give me a good email that I can send that to you, and that's it. Okay, salvage title, like I said, I would stay away from unless you're experienced and you know what you're getting into. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys liked it. You guys enjoy this? Okay, it's about time. I have to put my little one to sleep. I will see you guys on next week, Wednesday, 8 to 9 Central, 9 to 10 Eastern. All right, so give me a like. Give me a like. Come on, give me a like. Give me a like. There's so many questions here. I got to go. I got to put my 8-year-old to sleep. I says I wanted to do this for about 30 minutes. I will be on here next week. So be on early, and I will answer the next group of questions. Okay, guys? Please like, please share, and I will see you guys on live next week, Wednesday night, around the same time. All right, guys? I appreciate it. Don't forget to get that download. Click like. Tell your friends about it. I will be on here next week answering your questions. Okay, guys. Have a great day. Thanks. Good night. Good night. Cheers. Bye.